Hi, welcome to Diamond Words podcast. My name is Clarke, physician associate, bringing you 20 years of medical aesthetic knowledge. Let's talk about turkey neck. Now, ever wondered how to get rid of turkey neck without the surgery, without the pain, and especially without the scars? Scarring can be very psychologically damaging. So sometimes we just don't want to take that route until it's absolutely necessary. So, turkey necks. Well, interesting story and fun fact about turkeys. Turkeys are very territorial, but they really defend each other to the end. And I grew up around livestock. And I would say that between the turkeys, the chickens, and the ducks, the turkeys were more cohesive and they kind of work together than anyone else. So, fun fact. Now, let's get back to why we don't want that as part of our physical description. So, turkey necks occur for many different reasons. First, being exposure to sun. The sun is a giant, massive energy ball that's producing so much ultraviolet radiation that damages the skin, which means it stops your skin from becoming healthy and it damages the skin in a sense where you do not have that tightness that you should have. So as the skin gets looser, the skin tends to drop and drape. So dropping and draping creates the little loop you would find. The second area that lends to turkey necks is when the skin is stretched physically. And that is typically from a double chin. So let's look at double chin and submental fat. Submental fat is the fat just below the skin that pushes your neck down. And you can have that as a teenager, your 20s, third, fourth, fifth decade of life. Submental fat will stretch the skin. Also, if you gain weight and if you're oversized and you can see that your skin is stretched here, you will lose that weight at some point, whether it's through your activities or whether it's through aging. You will lose some of that size. And as you lose that size, the skin has been stretched for so many years, you will develop the turkey neck. The next thing is genetics. Everyone have a genetic code, a predetermined path for aging. And if your genetic code tells you that within your late 30s, 40s, you're going to develop a turkey neck, you will. And to get a sense of what would happen based upon your genetic code, you look at your family. You look at your aunts, your uncles, your mother, your father. You look at people before you because you have part of their DNA and you can see what that DNA is doing to them and what that DNA coded message will be doing to you. All right, those are some of the reasons why we develop a turkey neck. There are other reasons, but they're not as important as those, which is the sun, overstretched neck from submental fat, double chin, and genetics. Now, it's very, very, very difficult to discuss sometimes turkey neck with someone at a very young age. So, Nicola came in and we've always done stuff. We've done botulinum toxin fillers on her, and she just never thought that something could have been done for her turkey neck until she saw one of our promotions for getting back a smoother, tighter neck. And I would say her results were remarkable. She had no scarring, no issues, and no one even knew that she had the work done. So for her, she was elated by not only the swiftness of the procedure, but how quick the results set in. So don't be afraid of the turkey neck. Don't feel as though there's nothing you can do about it. You're not trapped or imprisoned by your genetic code. You're not trapped or imprisoned by your environment. We have tools that you can use to always look your best. Let's look into some of the treatments for the turkey neck. So we have not too many treatments. Some of them are better than others based upon the person's skin type and form and shape. We have botulinum toxin that can be used on the neck. When you hear of a Nefertiti neck treatment, that's when we use botulinum toxin to create a more softer platysmal band muscle. What that does is stops that muscle from pushing the fat and the skin forward. And what is the platysmal band muscle? That's a muscle that runs from below the chin all the way down to the collarbones. And if you want to see what that muscle does, you can grimace for a few seconds within the mirror. Just go like that, and you will see those bands. If you see those bands, then that's botulinum toxin, which is Botox or Dysport, Xeomin, or Jeuveau, that can be done to relax those muscles and give you a much softer look under the neck. The second thing is having fillers done under the neck. Now with fillers, we have to hyperdilute the filler to make it softer so it can infiltrate the tissue within the neck and actually integrate within the dermal surface easier. So fillers can cause some thickness to the dermis, but when it comes to injections within the neck, then my preference will not be the filler, but the biostimulators. So biostimulators are slightly different than fillers. They are not fillers. They cannot be measured by rheology standards to compare with fillers. And what am I talking about with biostimulators? I'm talking about Radiesse, and I'm talking about Sculptra. Let's look first at Radiesse. So this is Radiesse. Beautiful packaging. Radiesse has been around for such a long time. It's one of those dinosaurs of the aesthetic industry. And what Radiesse does, Radiesse is a calcium hydroxyapatite product. It's a biostimulator, and it's calcium particles suspended in a solution. And those tiny, tiny, tiny little particles get throughout the skin, causing more firmness and thickness to the skin. Why is that necessary? Well, if you take your two fingers, index and thumb, and put on the side of your throat and pinch for about 5 seconds, then let go while you're in front of the mirror, and look and see if you can still see vertical lines in the front of the neck. If you can still see vertical lines after pinching your neck, then Radiesse or biostimulators would be great for you. Now let's look at Sculptra. Sculptra is also a biostimulator. And Sculptra is, again, one of those dinosaurs. Sculptra was around since 2000. Don't quote me on this. 6-ish, but Sculptra has been around for such a long time, and it's tried and true. Multiple tests have been done on these products. They're very, very safe. Sculptra uses PLLA, polyl-lactic acid, while Radiesse uses calcium hydroxyapatite. So PLLA is similar to the calcium particles, and those particles travel throughout the skin and create fullness, firmness, by the induction of collagen. So if you want to put collagen directly to the skin, you are going to use one of these products. We also have threads. I love threads on the neck. It's one of my fortes. Threads are going to give you a mechanical pull. It's almost as though threads is an alternative to surgical neck lift. Therefore, with threads, you are not having the scars or the pain associated with surgeries. Not everyone wants to be under general anesthesia. Not everyone wants to have surgery for the neck. And not everyone wants scars. Now, I don't care how great the scars look. Scar is a scar. If it's there, psychologically, it is damaging to some degree. You can hide it, you can do whatever with it, but a scar is a scar, and everyone sees a scar as a scar. Sometimes scars on the face can make you look older, trying to look younger. Does that make any sense? So sometimes scars can give you an older appearance. So you want to avoid scars on the face as much as possible. Threads now gives a mechanical pull. I love threads. Threads can be done many different ways. There are different procedures that can be used to tighten the neck. If you want to learn more about our PDO threads, look at our other episodes. There's tons of information there. Go to our website. There's tons of information there. Come in to see me. We'll sit and we'll have a discussion on it. Now, threads, they're the small threads and they're the long threads. Small threads are used to kind of boost the skin. It's not going to give you tightness. So take a look at your finger and measure from half of your finger, maybe even the full finger. Small threads are usually that size. So if you're ever getting threads and you see this size, that's not really creating pull. That's just adding some volume, some texture, which works great. However, if you want a true neck lift, you require the longer threads, which means the longer threads are basically the length of a pen or pencil, or sometimes longer. So there are different types of neck lifting. From my consideration, short threads do not lift. If you ever see threads where there are 30, 40, 50 threads around the neck, like a necklace and so forth, those do not lift. They only enhance the skin. They can make the skin look better. They can remove some of the wrinkles and so forth, but they do not give you that lift that can show off your jawline or make the neck tighter. In order to show off that jawline, to really demarcate your jawline, to remove the jowl from your jawline, to remove the medial fat pad that descends, to pull and tuck, you have to use the longer threads. Make sure your injector understands that. Make sure you're not purchasing small threads for a lift. Small threads do not lift, they create volume. The longer threads, those do the heavy lifting for you with absolute great results. We have another alternative therapy for the neck lift, and it's a laser type surgery. I say laser type in that it uses a different mechanism than laser hair removal, for example, or IPLs for the face. And that is a radiofrequency neck lift. Radiofrequency treatments is really applying heat to the skin or heat to the dermis. So heat applied to the protein structures within the dermis can cause some tightening. Different lasers do different things, and we have to be careful and understand that don't focus on someone else's before and after picture. You really want to have a consultation where the practitioner is looking at you and not just demonstrating a before and after picture. Radiofrequency threads also do not create lift. They create some tightening. And for many people, that's all they need. But if you need that true lift, that's the threads. If you need relaxation of the muscles from the platysmal band muscle, that's toxin, Botox, Dysport, Jeuveau, Xeomin. If you need firmness and fullness within the skin, that's biostimulators, and that's fillers. And if you just need general maintenance therapy, then that's going to be the laser or the radiofrequency treatments. Remember, this industry is massive and it's $1 billion industry, and it's there to make money. Make sure that you're putting your money where it's worth the most for you. Let's take a look at some before and after pictures of a turkey neck. So we have here two separate images. The lower image before and after was approximately 6-7 years ago, and the top is more maybe 2-3 years ago. And these images are just here to demonstrate what threads can do. So on the lower image of the screen, you'll find that someone here they have a remarkable turkey neck. They have looseness, they have lines, they have a tremendous amount of laxity within the skin. And the after picture, you can see it's much, much better. And that is because we did a combination of biostimulators and the longer lifting threads. And with that combination, you can have a much smoother neck, enjoying a much nicer jawline. The above image is more or less with some of the medium-sized threads with that necklace short thread rejuvenation. And what happens is with that, you can see a little tugging here and these little injection marks. Those injection marks are from all of the small threads that were done. And so the final result versus the before result is remarkable. This is tightening of the skin, not necessary pull. And this is 5 minutes after the procedure. So with those small threads and this scenario, maintenance is crucial, maybe once or twice a year. There are many examples that we have for before and after pictures, but it's better if you can have a consultation one-on-one to really identify which treatment measure is better for you. Remember, Instagram, Google before after pictures, this is marketing. Try to cut through the noise and understand what is really going to work for you. At the end of the day, you work hard for your money and you want your money to work for you, especially if you decide to invest in your overall image. It's been great bringing this information to you. Don't forget to subscribe for more information. The links are all listed here. You can always find me as easy as clicking a few buttons.